Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn part 2 of financial planning. So the first part we are starting with is the trading chain within the state. You need to memorize the sequence in which the trading chain flows. You have a manufacturer, then you have a wholesaler or a distributor, then you have a retailer, and then you have a consumer. So the tax, which is the GST, remains constant across all in the chain. Means this one also will be paying 18%, this one also will be paying 18%, this one also will be paying 18%, and then it goes to the consumer. But earlier, this tax was being paid by all the people in the chain. Now, what happens is when the manufacturer buys and pays the tax to the supplier, it is known as an input tax, and while selling, the tax which it applies to the manufacturer which he gets is called as an output tax. Same way for wholesaler, retailer, consumer. Whenever a distributor pays tax to the manufacturer, it's called as input tax of the distributor. Whenever a distributor gets tax from the retailer, is called as an output tax. So an input tax is also called as an input tax credit. Earlier, as tax was being paid at all levels, now the changes what have been made is that the output tax minus the input tax will be the GST payable by the particular person in the chain. Now for a wholesaler or a distributor, the output tax paid to the manufacturer while buying minus the tax received while selling is the GST payable by the wholesaler or the distributor. So GST payable is output tax minus ITC. So please note down these terms, this one, the chain, this and this. Okay. Okay, now I am reading out the first question to you. Mr. Rohit is a retailer. He paid a GST of 6,500 at the time of purchase. So what do you know? Retailer, and he paid a GST. He paid a GST means it is an input tax. At the time of purchase is input tax, correct. So at the time of purchase it is input tax is 6,500. He collected GST of 8,000 at the time of sale. So what is given is output tax is rupees 8,000. This is given in the question. What is asked? Find his input tax and output tax. So we have already found this is his input tax, this is his output tax. What is his input tax credit? Input tax credit is same as input tax, which is ITC, input tax credit. Find his payable GST, and hence find payable CGST and SGST. So what is payable GST? In the previous formula we saw payable GST is output tax minus ITC, which is 8,000 minus 6,500 1,500. So 1,500 is the GST payable. So CGST and SGST is 1,500 by 2, which is 750 rupees each. This is the solution. Please note this down. Now, the next question is, Miss J Chemicals purchased a liquid soap having a taxable value of rupees 8,000 and sold it consumers for the taxable value of rupees 10,000. Rate of GST is 18%. Find CGST and SGST payable by Miss J Chemicals. So a taxable value of 8,000. So what is the tax paid? So that is at the time of purchase. So input tax is 18% of 8,000, which is 1,440. Next, output tax is the tax he got at the time of selling. Taxable value on the taxable value. So the rate will be the same, 18% of 10,000, which will be 1,800. Now, what is the GST? GST is output tax minus the input tax credit, which is 1,800 minus 1,440, which is 360, and CGST and SGST are both 180 rupees each. So this is the solution. Please note this down. Okay friends, now we'll do the next question. Suppose a manufacturer sold a cycle for a taxable value of 4,000 to the wholesaler. 4,000, manufacturer sold a cycle to the wholesaler for 4,000 rupees and rate is given as 12%. Wholesaler sold it to retailer for 4,800 and retailer sold it to consumer for 5,200. These are the taxable values. That means without tax, these values are given. So complete the following activity and find the CGST and SGST at each stage of the trading. So this is understood. Manufacturer gave for 4,000 at 12% tax. Wholesaler gave retailer at 4,800 for 12% tax. Retailer gave to consumer at 5,200 at 12% tax. So output tax of the manufacturer is the tax that is getting from the wholesaler, that is 12% of 4,000, which is 480, which is the GST payable. It is the GST payable by the manufacturer because nothing is mentioned about the input tax of the manufacturer. So we'll take it as 0. Next, output tax of the wholesaler is 12% of 4,800, which is 576 rupees. So GST of the wholesaler is output minus input, which is 96 rupees. GST of the wholesaler. So output tax of the wholesaler. Output tax is the tax which he is getting from here. And input tax is the tax which is paying here. That is 480. That's why 576 minus 480. Next, output tax of retailer is 12% of 5200. Output tax of retailer. This is the output at which it is given. So it is 624. GST of retailer is output minus ITC, which is 624 minus 576. Now why is the ITC of the retailer minus 576? The retailer's input tax is equal to the wholesaler's output tax. So output tax of wholesaler is same as the ITC of retailer. So that is why it is 576. So this difference is 48 rupees. So now at each stage the tax paid is 480 by manufacturer. GST payable is 480. GST payable is 96 by the wholesaler and 48 by the retailer. So to find CGST and SGST, you have to divide these terms by 2 and both of them will be equal. The central tax will be equal and the state tax will be equal. So please note this down. So friends, we have completed part 2 of financial planning. In the next class, we will do stocks or shares or share market, whatever you can say, stocks. These topics are remaining. Then there is brokerage and many more topics. So I wanted to start practicing the practice exercises of part 1 and part 2 of financial planning. So do that. And that's it for today. So all the best. Thank you.